Hi, good morning, yogis. Welcome to your virtual yoga studio. My name is Megan, and I'm about to lead you through a 1-hour guided power flow practice. We're going to be working into Pincha Mayurasana today, so that's a forearm balance. So we may or may not use the wall, depending on how warmed up you're feeling in the shoulders, the core, and the low back, and the hammies. And we'll get straight into it in just a couple of minutes. I do have a playlist set up for you on Spotify, so if you want to follow along to what I'm listening to, head over to Spotify. My username is Megan of the Moon. It's M-E-G-A-N of the Moon. And this playlist is called Quarantine Yoga. Appropriate, eh? So head on over to Spotify. You may need one block today. It's not super necessary. If you don't have one, no biggie, but you might want one for a little bit of support. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds, couple of minutes here to get set up on your mat, and then we'll get started. Alrighty, I'm going to get us started here. Let's go ahead and begin at child's pose. Bring your knees out nice and wide. Big toes together to touch. Rest your forehead onto your mat. Reach your fingers out nice and long and close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths here. Start to tap into your space, tap into your body a little bit. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Take a couple more like this. Start to get into the zone. Know that this next hour is about you, about finding the balance between your breath, your mind, your spirit, your body. So try to release any lingering distractions, any thoughts of the day, anything that's not really serving you in this next hour, and get into this yogic space, head space, body space. Start to cultivate the Ujjayi breath. Begin to inhale and exhale out of your nose, building heat, building energy in your body. It should sound like you're fogging up a mirror. Gonna take a couple more breaths here like that. Walk your fingers out another inch or two. Lift your elbows off the mat. Make this a more active posture. Feel that stretch along your spine. Then on your next inhale or so, shift forward into your tabletop position, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Toes can be tucked or flat on the floor, whatever you like. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, arch your back, shin and tailbone lift. Exhale, cat. Start to round through your spine. Draw your chin to your chest. Hollow out your belly. Press into your palms. Puff up that space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, cow. Belly drops. Shin and tailbone lift. Exhale, cat. Close your eyes. Take a few rounds of cat-cow here on your own, starting to warm up through the spine. And then add any additional movements that feel good in your body. Maybe barrel rolling through the back if that feels good. Maybe walking your hands over to one side of your mat, sitting your hips towards the other, stretch into your side body. Whatever you do on one side, make sure you do it on the other side as well. So we're evening out through our sides. Don't feel like you have to keep your knees or your hands on the floor. You can always reach your arm high. Wake up those shoulders. Start to even out through your sides. Finish up wherever you're at. And then make your way back into your traditional tabletop position. From here, we're going to come into puppy's pose. Toes can be tucked or flat on the floor again. And then you're gonna just start to walk your hands out, melting your chest and your chin down towards your mat. Maybe your chin touches. Keep your hips nice and high. This should be a big opening through your shoulders, your chest, your upper back, your triceps. Couple breaths here. At the bottom of your next exhale, walk your hands back underneath you, finding tabletop once more, tuck your toes. Inhale, cow, belly drops, chin and tailbone lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Start to engage your core, lift your hips high and back. First down dog of the day. Alice did this for me. Pedal out your feet, find stillness, whatever you need here. As always, down dog is yours to explore. Try to lengthen through your spine, pressing belly towards thighs. Spread your fingers out nice and wide, gripping through all 10 fingertips as well as the palms of your hands. As you bend one knee, drive that opposite heel down towards the mat. Get into your Achilles, lower calf, your hamstring. On your inhale, come all the way up onto your tippy toes, lift your heels. And on your exhale, drop your heels as close to the mat as you can get them. Hold for a breath. Inhale, lift your heels again, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet behind your hands, Ragdoll Uttanasana. Grab onto opposite elbows, bend your knees, look in between your legs. This is all about the decompression of the spine rather than the hamstring stretch, so really bend your knees as much as you need to here. Close your eyes. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Maybe sway the elbows left and right if that feels good. Now you're kind of starting to get into the hammies a little bit. I like to kind of shift my weight forward into the balls of my feet and then back into my heels. Whatever you need here. And release your hands down to the mat. Left hand is going to come to the center of your mat. Inhale your right arm high and bend through your left knee. Opening up through that right shoulder. Take your gaze up. And exhale, right hand comes to the center of the mat. Inhale, left arm high, bend through your right knee. Open up, look up. And exhale, left hand down to the mat. Heel toe your feet back together to touch. Big toes to touch, liver of space between your heels, slight bend in your knees. Inhale, slowly rolls up to standing. And I mean slow. Keep your chin on your chest the whole time. Feel that stretch along the back of your neck. And then once you rise to the top, take a big shoulder roll back. Land with your arms out to your sides, palms facing forward. Close your eyes. Really ground down through the four corners of your feet. Feel nice and grounded and centered, even though we're cutting off our sense of sight here. Make this a more active posture. Pull your kneecaps up, squeeze through your inner thighs. Pull your low belly up and in. Drop your shoulders down your back. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, grounding, exhale. Inhale, blink your eyes open, mountain pose. Arms rise up over. Pinkies facing forward. Still keeping our shoulders relaxed down our back, but engagement on our arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, baby back, bend cactus out your arms, nudge your hips forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lift from your chest. So trying not to dump weight into our low back here. Let the lift come from your sternum. Back side of your body is totally active here, squeezing through your shoulders. Inhale, rise back up to mountain pose, Tadasana. Palms come together to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Ride that breath all the way down to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come up to your shins or thighs. Press against something. Lengthen through your spine and your side bodies. Gaze is down at your mat, so you have a long neck as well. And exhale, high plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Shoulders, hips, ankles in alignment. Pull your kneecaps up. Breathe here. And then on your exhale, make your way down to a forearm plank. keep your forearms in that number 11. Try not to interlace your fingers. This is gonna help get that external rotation for our shoulders to prepare for our forearm balance. Your body might start to shake here, that's all right, building muscle. From here, we're gonna come into a side forearm plank. So we're gonna roll onto our right side. Left heel stacks on top of your right. Left arm comes behind your head. Option to drop to your knee here on this first one if you need to. Breathe. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale back through center. Left forearm comes down to the mat. And then we're coming into the other side. Right hand behind your head. Balancing on your left forearm. Right foot stacks on left. 3 breaths. Last inhale. Exhale back to your forearm plank. Hold here. Keep your hips low. Squeeze everything. Just one inhale. And exhale. Let your belly come down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Press your collarbones forward. Roll your neck over to the right. And over to the left. If your toes are tucked, untuck them. Bring your hands by your shoulders, squeezing elbows into your side body. Inhale, cobra pose. Press the tops of your feet into your mat as you lift your chest. Little to no weight in your hands or fingertips. Squeeze your shoulders. Disengage your glutes. Let this be about activating all those little muscles along your spine. So squeeze, squeeze, inhale. And exhale, release down to your mat. Take one breath here. And then we're gonna do it again. Inhale, cobra pose. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Lift your chest. Squeeze shoulders. Squeeze along the spine. Maybe lift a little higher on this one. Inhale. Exhale, release. Bend your knees. Let them windshield wiper left and right. And then we're gonna come back to our Sphinx pose, our number 11. Forearms on the mat. Press your fingers out nice and wide and tuck your toes. Option to take your block in between your hands if you have your block here. Not super necessary. So if you don't have it, no biggie. Get your forearms ready. Press into all 10 fingertips. Tuck your toes, engage through your quads. Lift them off the mat. And then we're gonna find dolphin dog. So it's downward facing dog on your forearms. Use your core to lift your hips high and back. And then start to walk your feet in towards your elbows as much as you can so you get some weight up over your shoulders. Once you're here, start to lift your right leg. Point your toes to the sky. And we're just gonna pulse here. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right toes down to the mat. Inhale your left leg high, point your toes and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left toes down to the mat. Come up off your forearms into your palms, downward facing dog. Ditch your block. Once you're in your downward facing dog, pedal your feet out. You might need to walk your feet back a little bit to have proper alignment. And then inhale your right leg high, 3-legged dog. And exhale, low lunge. Slowly, slowly step your foot between your palms. Once you find your low lunge, take a few breaths to stretch it out here in whatever way you need. Maybe you straighten out your front leg, bend your back knee, look over your shoulder, get into your hips. Achoo! Excuse me, anybody else's allergies going crazy right now? Mine are. Couple more breaths here to just stretch it out. Warming up. I'm always so much stiffer in these morning classes. Gotta take extra time. All right, finish up where you're at. Make your way back into your low lunge. And And then we're gonna set up for warrior one, which I don't usually do a whole lot in class, so I'm really gonna break it down, the posture and alignment for you here. So your back toes are gonna open up 45 degrees. And then you should have about heel to heel alignment. You might wanna close your stance a little bit here. And then you're gonna rise up and bring your hands to your hips. Now for your warrior one, when I stood up, my hips were open to the left. For warrior one, you want your hips squared to the front, and you want your front knee stacked over your ankle. So adjust your stance however you need to, so that you can have your hips squared and your front knee stacked. You might need it to be a little bit wider, you might need to close it a little bit on your mat. Once you have your proper warrior one, feeling good, inhale your arms high, pinkies facing forward. Nice deep bend in that front knee. Hold for your inhale and your exhale. Tadasana, arms, pinkies facing forward. Exhale, release your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers and find a bind. Once you find your bind, see if you can press your knuckles down, open through your chest, maybe even take your gaze up. Hold here for a couple of breaths, squeeze through your shoulders. And then on your next exhale, find humble warrior. We're gonna forward fold with our bind to the inside of our right knee. Keeping your bind, trying to let our hands fall away from our back as much as possible. Head is nice and low. Keep the integrity of the bend in your front knee, opening that knee up. Opening up the hip. Last breath here, inhale. And on your exhale, release your hands down to your mat. Pivot your back toes a little bit, and we're gonna find pyramid pose with a modification. So you might want to close your stance a little bit here. Your right toes are gonna lift up off the mat. Drawing nose towards knee. Big stretch for the hamstring here. Try to draw that right hip down and back. All right, we're gonna do something funky from here. So from here, you're in your modified pyramid. You're gonna walk your hands over to the right. Now you're gonna kind of start to flip onto the outside edges of your feet. Walking your hands over to the right. You might need to use your blocks for this. You're on the outside edges of your feet and you're in this cross-legged, wide-legged forward fold. Get into that IT band, deeper into the hammies. And then from here, start to make your way back around to your pyramid. Bend through your front knee and inhale, standing splits. Launch onto your right foot, your left toes will point up towards the sky. So different than your standing L. With your standing L, you have a flat spine and a flexed toe. With standing splits, you have a round spine and a pointed top toe. So drawing nose towards knee and pointing those left toes up. Really strong in our right hip, our foundation. Take an inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, Shiva squats, then your left knee behind your right knee and over to the right. Now flex your left toes. So when we lower and squat, we're gonna flex through our toes. Inhale, standing splits, you're gonna point your toes up to the sky. Exhale, Shiva squat, bend down low, flex those toes. Now from here, we're gonna bring our hands to heart center and start to find our balance. Lift your chest off your thighs, hold for a couple breaths here, you got it. I'm right here with you. Last inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, 5-pointed star, rising all the way up. Heels are in, toes are out. Toes are out at a 45-degree angle. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, eagle arms. Your left arm is gonna wrap underneath your right. Bending out the elbows, grab for opposite wrists, palms, fingers, whatever you can find here. Elbows up off your chest, palms away from your face. Hold for a breath. Inhale, take a little baby back bend. Lift your elbows, draw your fingers towards the back of the room. And then exhale, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Pivot your toes forward. Keep your eagle arms. Hanging here. Feeling that opening in the backside of your shoulder blades. Couple breaths. And release your hands down to the mat, unbind. First time here, take whatever you need. Stretch it out in whatever way feels good. Maybe reach your hands behind your ankles or heels. Bend through one knee and then the other, or both knees. Whatever you need here. A little bit of free time. Last breath here. Bring your hands back to the center of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine, press into your fingertips, halfway lift. And exhale, low lunge towards the front of the room. Crawl your hands forward. Hands are framing your right foot. You're on the ball of your back foot. Find a nice solid foundation with your legs. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Press into your feet, pinkies facing forward. Nice deep bend in the front knee. Lifting off of the heel, pressing energy out of our heel. Core is on. Make sure you don't have a big arch in your back. Turn that core on. Inhale. Exhale, airplane arm crescent. Sweep your arms back, palms facing the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Triceps should be fired up here. Chest comes slightly forward, not so much that you're leaning on your belly. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain pose. Use your core, lift this left leg up in front of you. Ground down through the big toe of your standing foot. 90-degree angle with your left leg. Flex through your lifted toes. Find something to spot your drishti, your non-moving focus point. Take an inhale. Exhale, back to airplane arm crescent lunge. Slow and controlled. Stepping back nice and light. Recommit to your arms. Recommit to your legs, and then we're going to do that transition again. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Use your core, rise up. Exhale, airplane arm crescent lunge. Slow and control. Use a couple breaths here to send it back. Back to your airplane arm crescent lunge. Find your alignment. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Front leg stays the same. Back heel pivots down. And then arms are going to rise up and over. Left arm slides down your left leg. Right arm reaches high and back. You have your heel to arch alignment. Front heel bisects your back arch. Nice deep bend in that front knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Arms out to a T. Legs stay the exact same. I know this quad's burning. Breathe into it. Inhale, reach forward until you can't reach any further. And then exhale, extended side angle. TikTok your arms to 12 and 6. We're gonna find a half bind right away. So you're gonna reach your left arm around your back for your low back, your hip crease, whatever you can find. And you're pressing this front arm against your front knee to open the hip, or if it's feeling a little bit tight, you can rest your forearm on your thigh. Either way is okay with me as long as you keep a long spine and an open shoulder. Maybe your gaze comes up. Almost out of this leg, I promise. Inhale your left arm high back to extended side angle. Exhale, low lunge, find your palms. Inhale, high plank, step your right foot back. Exhale, mid plank, option to drop to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your feet. Thighs are off the mat. Exhale, down dog, use your core to lift your hips high and back. Take an inhale through your nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, pull it down. That's our chaturanga. We'll take them throughout class, so always the option to take the push-up on your knees, to skip the push-up going high plank to down dog, or to add extra push-ups if you're feeling good. All right, one more breath here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, step that left foot through with control. And then stretch it out, whatever you need. Few breaths here. You guys sweating yet? I am. Few more breaths here to stretch out on this side. And then make your way back towards your low lunge. Setting up for warrior one. Step your right foot up a little bit and then open up those toes. Front heel to heel approximately. Nice deep bend in that front knee and then rise up, hands to hips. My hip's still a little bit open, so I'm gonna widen my stance. Draw this right hip forward. Hips are squared, front knee is stacked over your ankle. This is what you're looking for. Right toes open to the right. Once the bottom half of your body feels pretty good, inhale your arms high. Mountain pose arms. Pinky is facing forward. 2 breaths here. 1 inhale. And then exhale, release your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, find your butt. Press your knuckles down, squeeze your shoulder blades up. Inhale. And exhale, humble warrior. Forward fold to the inside of your left knee, but keep the bend in your left knee. Open up to your shoulders. Keep that bind and try to press your hands away from your back. Big opening in the shoulders. One more breath here. And release your hands to your low back and then to the floor. Inhale, pyramid pose. Step your right foot in a little bit. Flex through your left toes. Draw your nose towards your knee. Big hamstring stretch. You can use your blocks here if the floor feels really far away. Try to draw that left hip back. Last breath here. All right, doing something funky. Start to walk your hands to the left. You're gonna roll onto kind of the outer edges of your feet like we do in Lounge Lizard. Now you're stretching to the left. You're in the cross-legged, wide-legged forward fold. Couple breaths here. And start to walk your hands back towards the front. Rebend into your left knee. Inhale, standing split. Lunge onto your left foot. Right toes point up towards the sky. Now with standing splits, you can open up that top hip a little bit as long as your left hip is really, really solid. You have a big, solid foundation with your left leg. Then you can open up your right hip just a little bit to get into that more splits type of position. Chest is folded towards your knee. Inhale, lift those toes a little bit higher. And exhale, Shiva squat. Now your right knee comes behind your left knee and over to the left, and you're flexing your toes. Squeeze through your inner thighs, claw down nice and low. Inhale, standing splits. Point your right toes up towards the sky. And exhale, Shiva squat. Flex your toes, knee behind knee. Gonna find our balance. Inhale, lift your chest. Palms come to heart center. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back and inhale, 5-pointed star. Rise all the way up. Heels and toes out. Take an inhale here. Exhale, eagle arms. Move your right arm underneath your left. Cross at the elbows. Reach for palms, fingers, shoulders, wrists, whatever you got. Pivot your toes towards the front. Lift your elbows off your chest, your palms away from your face. Proper eagle arms. Inhale, little baby back bend. Lift your elbows. Draw your fingers towards the back of the room. And exhale, forward fold with your eagle arms. Let them hang. Hold for a couple breaths. And release your eagle arms. Last time here with a few breaths to take whatever you need. Maybe bend through one knee and then the other. Maybe just taking a deeper stretch, walking your hands through the holes in your legs. Whatever you need here. Bring your hands out in front of you. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, back to the front of the room, low lunge. Find a nice solid foundation with your legs. All 10 toes facing forward this time. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Arms come up over your head, pinkies facing forward. Nice deep bend in that front knee, coming off the ball of our back foot. Settle into this lunge, inhale. Exhale, airplane arm crescent. Sweep your arms back, shoulders come slightly forward. Long line of energy from your shoulders to your fingertips. Triceps should be burning here. Squeeze shoulders, lift your palms a little bit higher. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain pose. Use your core to swing that right leg forward. Right toes are flexed, grounding down through the big toe of the standing foot. Take an inhale. Exhale, airplane arm crescent lunge, slow and control. Take your time. Take a few breaths here. Set those right toes down nice and easy. Find your foundation. And then we're going to do that again. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Right knee lifts up in front of you. Exhale, airplane arm crescent. Slow and controlled. Step it back. Once you get into your airplane arm crescent, find that foundation, find your alignment. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. Pivot your back heel down. Swing your arms up and over. You have your heel to arch alignment. You're stretching through your left side body, but you're also stretching through your right side body. So if you find that you're just crunching into this oblique to get a back bend, lift. Finding space on both sides. Nice deep bend in the front knee. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Bottom half stays the exact same. Arms reach forward and back. Inhale, reach for the windows. Exhale, extended side angle. TikTok your arms to 12 and 6. Find a half bind. Reach your right arm around your back. Hip crease, slow back, whatever you got here. Open your right shoulder. Take your gaze up. Take whatever you did on the other side with your left arm. Either rest it on your thigh or press against your inner knee. 2 breaths here. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, low lunge, hands down to the mat. Inhale, high plank, step your left foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Flow through it. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, drop to your knees. Have a quick sip of water, wipe some sweat. How's everybody doing? Feeling okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling good. The good thing is all of our flowing is getting done before core. So we're gonna add on to this flow a little bit, and we're gonna do it one more time on each side. Then we do core, then we do our peak posture, and then we cool it down. All right, let's get ready. Finish up wherever you're at, and then meet me back in your downward facing dog. And listen carefully, because we're gonna be adding on here. From our downward facing dog, let's reset with our breath. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, let your heels look forward. Exhale, walk or hop to the top of your mat. If you're hopping, see if you can press your heels up towards your glute. Maybe you get some hang time. Nice deep bend in your front knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to mountain pose. Arms come out to your sides and all the way up. Exhale, baby back bend. Practice out your arms. Take it a little bit deeper this time. Squeeze. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Tadasana, palms together to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Ride that breath all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, high plank. On your palms, step your feet back. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, forearm plank. Down onto your forearms. Find that number 11. Keep your hips low. Inhale, side forearm plank. Rolling onto our right side, left arm behind our hips. Or left arm behind our head. If you have trouble stacking your feet, you can step your right foot out in front of your left. We're just gonna find some little pulses with our hip. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to forearm plank in the center. Recenter. And then come on to your left side. Right arm behind your head. Start to pulse. Pulse. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your forearm plank in the center. Hold for your inhale, hips low. Exhale, drop your belly down to your mat. Untuck your toes. This time you're gonna reach your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, see if you can find your bind. From here, press your knuckles back, lift your chest, lift your toes as well. Fly in this time. Run the soft part of our belly, squeeze and lift. 2 more breaths. Big inhale. And exhale, release. Bend your knees, let the windshield wiper right and left. Let your feet come back down to the mat, tuck your toes. Bring your forearms out in front of you into number 11. Option to use your block here or not. Either way is okay with me. Block can come in between your hands if you are deciding to use it. Otherwise, spread your fingers out wide, gripping with all 10 fingertips. Tuck your toes, engage through your quads, lift your knees off the mat, inhale. Exhale, dolphin dog. Use your core, lift your hips high and back. From your dolphin dog, walk your feet up as much as you can so you get some weight in your shoulders and you're pressing into your fingertips. Inhale your right leg high. Now we're just gonna take tiny little hops. Don't worry about getting your legs up over your shoulders. I just want you to see if you can get your left toes off the mat. Just a couple. Don't worry about getting high. Just taking a couple of bounces here. Last one. And switch out your feet. Right foot down to the mat, left toes lift. Weight is forward, grip into your fingertips. Take some bounces here. Last one. Make your way back to your dolphin dog. And then press up into your hands. Downward facing dog proper. All right, getting straight into it. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through. Inhale, warrior 1. Set up your feet. And then rise up. Exhale, draw your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, find your bind. Inhale, press your knuckles down, open up through your chest. Adding on here, listen carefully. Exhale, toppling tree. For toppling tree, you're gonna shift forward into your right leg. Left heel is gonna lift. You're transitioning through a warrior 3. And then the difference here is you're gonna try to get your shoulders, your chest, lower than your hips, and your left heel higher than your hips. If you fall out, our next pose is standing splits. You can meet there. See if you can hold this for a couple more breaths. Get nice and low. And release your fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, standing splits. Point your left toes up high. Exhale, Shiva squat. Flex your left toes, squat down low. Inhale, standing splits. Point your toes, lift high. Exhale, Shiva squat. This time finding balance. Bring your hands up to heart center. Hold for the inhale. Whew. Exhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, rise up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, eagle arms, left arm underneath your right. Bend at the elbows, reach for opposite hands. Inhale, little baby back and lift up. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold with your eagle arms. Release your hands down to the mat right away. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, low lunge to the front of the room. Set up your foundation here. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Adding on. Exhale, airplane arm warrior 3. Shift forward. Lift your back leg. Find your airplane arms. Flex through your left toes. Find your balance. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana without touching the floor. Arms up above your head. Left knee comes out in front. Let's do that again. Exhale, airplane arm warrior 3. Ground down, send that heel back. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Whew. If you wobble, that's all right. Come back in. And exhale, airplane arm crescent lunge. Transfer through your warrior 3. Oh, geez. And then step your left foot back. Sometimes we're on and sometimes we're not. That's all right. From your airplane arm crescent lunge, inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm slides down. Right arm comes high and back. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Now find a full bind. Left arm is behind your head, or your back rather. Right arm is gonna come underneath you. Maybe your fingertips touch, maybe not. Either way is okay. Bend through that front knee, open your left shoulder. Now, Birds of Paradise is in your practice. This is a really good place to add it in. We're warmed up in the shoulders. So if you want, start to step your left foot forward, and then you're gonna come onto just the very tippy toes of your right foot, balancing in the left. Press into your left heel, start to lift. Maybe you straighten out your right leg, maybe not. Either way is okay right now. Just a couple breaths. And then let's step our right foot back down, step our left foot back. Making our way back into our extended side angle, inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last side. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step your foot through. Open up those toes to the side. Inhale, warrior 1, rise up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, find your bind. Inhale, knuckles down, lift your chest. Exhale, toppling tree, take your time. Extra breaths here. Shift forward onto your left foot. Right leg will start to lift. Shift through your warrior 3. And then get that chest a little bit lower. Get that heel a little bit higher. Hold on as long as you can here. And then I release to standing splits. Fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, point your toes high. Exhale, Shiva squat as you bend, flex your right toes. Inhale, standing splits, point toes high. And exhale, Shiva squat. This time bring your hands up to heart center. Find your balance. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back. Inhale, rise up, heels in, toes up. Exhale, eagle arms, right arm under. Flip your toes towards the front. Inhale, little baby backward lift. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold with your bind. Release your bind, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Find your foundation. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 3 with airplane arms. You got this. Take your time. Transition forward. Flex your right toes. Find your warrior. Once you're sturdy, inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Use your core. Oh, I am wobbly today. Exhale, airplane arm, warrior 3. Take your time. Press that foot back. Whew. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. If you get that fire in your foot, just come back into it. Exhale, warrior 3 with airplane arms, just for the transition. And then you're gonna step that foot back. Airplane arm crescent lunge. Inhale, reverse your warrior, pivot your foot back, reach your left arm high and back. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, tick-tock your arms, find your half bind right away. And then see if you can find your full bind. Reach your arm behind your back. Maybe you just grab onto your butt or thigh. Maybe you reach fingers for fingers. Open up that shoulder. And if you tried it on the other side, let's try that Birds of Paradise. Move your right foot up. Come onto the toes of your left foot. And then press in your right foot as you start to stand. Hold here for a couple breaths. And then we're gonna come back out. Left foot down to the mat. Step your right foot back. Making our way into our extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat, low lunge. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. Drop to your knees. Have a little bit of a break. All right. We're more than halfway through. We just have a little bit of core and then work on our peak posture. Have some sippies. All right, for our core, I kind of hate this core work. It's my arch nemesis. We're gonna get into dolphin dog, and then we're gonna tap triceps with our knees. We're gonna do 5 on each side. So you can use your block or not, up to you. Start to make your way into your dolphin dog. Lift to your hips. Walk your toes forward as much as you can so you have weight in your shoulders. And then you're gonna shift forward, tap right knee, right tricep, step it back. Tap left knee, left tricep, step it back. If they don't quite touch, that's okay. Shh. Get as close as you can. Shh. 4 more. Shh. Shh. Lots of control. 3. Shh. Shh. Last 2. Shh. Last one. Shh. Shh. Drop down to your belly. We're gonna do reverse crunches. Arms out to a T, toes are untucked. Take an inhale. Exhale, you're gonna lift arms into cactus, lift toes. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Shh. Shh. Open up, exhales for core. That's what I wanna hear. Shh. Here for 5. Shh. Pulse at the top in 4. Shh. 3. Shh. 2. Shh. 1 and hold. Shh. Start to pulse. Pulse. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Take a quick break. Coming onto our back. We're gonna come into a reverse plank. So hands are gonna come behind you. Fingers are facing your butt. Feet are gonna be out in front of you. And then you're just gonna lift your hips. Opening up into the shoulders, try to keep a long neck. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you extend your legs out long. Lift your heels. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down. Come onto your back. Traditional crunches. And then we're done. Knees up to 90. Hands behind your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, crunch. Lower. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full body stretch. Good job, you guys. Take a little break. Puff your chest up. Big breaths here. All right. We are ready for our peak posture, Pincha Mayurasana, forearm stand. So, if you've never done a forearm stand before, I'm going to recommend that you go over to your wall. I don't have a wall in this shot, so I'm going to do it on my mat. But unless you're really comfortable with tucking and rolling out of postures, then I always recommend going on a wall at first for this one, especially if you're not in a classroom setting with an instructor there to guide you. So, Pincha Mayurasana, forearm stand. Move your stuff out of the way in front of you, just in case you have to do a tuck and roll. Happens to everyone. If you have sweaty forearms, cool off your forearms. And then we're gonna start in our dolphin dog, just like we were doing before. Now, if you're going against the wall, put about 7 inches between your fingertips and the wall. You don't want to be right up on the wall. So a few inches between. Find your number 11. Really gripping down with your fingertips. You're gonna lift your hips nice and high. Walk your feet in as much as you can. Lift one leg high. Shift your weight forward, and then see if you can shift your weight. Take some kicks. Maybe your weight comes up over your forearms. Take a couple bounces on one side, couple bounces on the other. Once you get up there, really press out of your shoulders, turn your core on, pull low belly up and in to point toes up to the sky. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of time to work on this. Really gripping with the fingers, shifting forward, and you shouldn't need a lot of momentum to get into this. You should be able to just take a slight bend in the knee and then kick it up. All right, a couple more breaths. Make sure you do it on your awkward side as well. Might not get all the way up and over on your awkward side, and that's all right. And then let me know how this feels. Let me know if your shoulders feel warmed up. Really trying to press out of your shoulders and maintain that number 11. If you find your hands sliding in, your elbows sliding out, try to correct that. Get that external rotation going with your shoulders. And if this is something you're working on at home, I always recommend grabbing weights in each hand and doing some of these, doing some of this. That's gonna help get that strength in your external rotation into your shoulders to really prepare you for that forearm stand. All right, so take your last couple tries. If you still wanna work on this, pause the video and go for it. And then we're gonna meet back in downward facing dog. Hips high and back, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, half pigeon. Right leg comes forward. Back leg long, toes untucked. If you have a lot of lift in this right hip, slide a block or a blanket underneath. Front leg is as parallel to the front of the mat as you can. Fingertips out by your sides. Inhale, little baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold, sleeping pigeon. You can stay on your forearms, you can bring your forehead to a block or a pillow, or you can bring your forehead down to the mat. Trying to keep your hips squared. Long breaths here. Find some gratitude for all the work your body just did. Start to slow things down. Honor yourself and wherever you're at in your practice, whether you got your forearm stand today or not. Try to take some long breaths. And on your inhale, nice and slow, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Start to lift your chest. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. Send your right leg high. Bend your knee, open up your hips, scorpion dog. Take a few big circles in one direction and in the other. If it's in your practice to flip your dog, you want to find wild thing, go for it. Otherwise, continue with these circles. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Flip dog, just come back around. Inhale your left leg high, three-legged dog. And exhale, half pigeon. Left shin comes forward, back leg is long, toes untucked. Maybe you put a block underneath this hip. Inhale, little baby back bend. And exhale, sleeping pigeon. Crawling your hands forward. This side might not feel the exact same as your other side, and that's okay. We're not always even from side to side. Again, just slowing down our breath. And start to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your chest, tuck your back toes, engage through your quad, lift your back knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. Send your left leg high, bend your knee, open up your hip. Big circles into one direction, big circles into the other direction. If you flipped your dog, flip your dog. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Drop to your knees, sit into one of your hips. Let your legs go long and come onto your back. I'm gonna grab the bulls, but I want you to find any final stretches that you may need. Maybe a supine twist if you didn't do any twists that I can think of. So maybe you find yourself a supine twist on each side, letting your knees fall to one side and your arms fall to the other. Maybe a happy baby or a cloud pose. If you're doing something on one side, make sure you're doing it on the other side as well. And then come back onto your back. Pull your knees up into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs for one final engagement. Squeeze every muscle in your body, from the tip of your toes to the crown of your head. Take a big inhale. Exhale, Savasana. Let everything shoot out from your midline. You're lying on your back, arms out by your sides, legs out long, heels in, toes out. Your final Savasana. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sink into your mat. Close your eyes. If you're holding any tension in your brows or your forehead, try to relax through your brows, unfurrow, relax your forehead. If your tongue is at the roof of your mouth, let it fall from the roof of your mouth. Unhinge your jaw. Maybe even open your mouth nice and wide, stretch your jaw out for a minute, and then let it go. Relax all the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. Let your shoulders be heavy down your back, heavy against your mat. And start to feel this relaxed flow of energy run down from your shoulders into your arms, your biceps, down around your forearms, into your wrists, your fingers. Maybe even start to feel that pulsing sensation at your fingertips. See if you can grow that sensation, send your focus there. Come back into your breath and then fill your chest, your lungs with that calming energy. Send it down around your belly, your low back, your hips, your glutes. Send it down your quads, hamstrings, knees, around your shins, calves, ankles, through the soles of your feet and into your toes, until you're filled with this peaceful sensation, this quietness of mind and body. Maybe you're kind of in that pulsing sensation. Try to find stillness for the last couple minutes of class. I'll play the bowls and I will call you out when it's time to move. Mayurasana. Today, maybe you need a little bit of extra stillness, and once I'm done talking, I want you to see if you can take another 10 breaths in your own quiet space without getting distracted. See if you can hold that stillness beyond class just for a few breaths, and then walk about the rest of your day. Thank you so much for sharing your practice, your energy, your breath with me. So happy to be here with you guys. If you want more bowls, I'm doing another class after this, restorative. Otherwise, tune in for Josie's Vinyasa tomorrow, Thursday at 5 p.m. Thank you so much. It's my honor to be here to practice with you guys. Namaste.